What's up guys, it's your boy August BTC back again with another video. Today, this is probably one of the most important videos that I'll be doing because as you can see, what can you see here guys? What can you see here guys? We are above the 200-day moving average for Bitcoin and for Ethereum guys. So this is massive. Look at these candles, massive, massive. We call these God candles guys. So what this basically means is it seems like we might have bottomed and we could be on our way to the next bull market for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, this could be a bit too early, could be a bit too soon. We don't want to celebrate too early. So we need to watch these levels very carefully, So we had a daily candle close above the 200-day for Bitcoin. So we just need to keep having sustained, candle closes above this line. This will basically help, confirm that we're in a bull market or we have bottomed and then the bull market is starting. Okay, so Bitcoin pumped all the way to $72,400. Ethereum pumped all the way to $2,300 guys. This is massive, massive, massive guys. So I wanted to come up, show you guys a video of what's happening and how the portfolio basically performed because of this. And the goal guys is simply for us to make money in any market, bull market, bear market, it doesn't really matter, even if the market drops. And for those that are new, the goal is to try and get my account to $10,000 through crypto and options trading. We started with $1,000 and we are well on our way, slowly but surely. There will be pullbacks, there will be ups and downs, but we need just to keep printing up to the right. That is the main goal. So again, we had a massive pump all across the crypto market guys. Even Solana saw a major pump. And why did this happen guys? Why did this happen? So let's check the news and see what basically caused this pump. So first things first, yesterday we received the breaking news from the US Treasury announcing that it will double the size of its long-term US government debt buybacks following the rapid surge in US Treasury yields. So they're basically going to be repurchasing, instead of 2 billion, it will now be 4 billion US Treasury repurchases. Right, that's what they said. So this move is intended to provide liquidity support for bonds maturing in the 10 to 30 days, to 30 years, as a total US debt nears 40 trillion. The US, I think, literally went to 40 trillion of national debt, which is massive, guys. So what does this basically mean? So the price of crypto and the stock market and the risk assets basically reacted positively to this news. Why? Just to explain it in a simple manner, so the US Treasury basically is doubling its buybacks of long-term bonds from 2 billion to 4 billion. This is to push down the rising yields and support the bond market. Because if you look at the yields here, guys, if you look at the 10-year yield and the 30-year US Treasury yield, it went down, right? It went down yesterday after that news. Now it's trying to go back up again. So the goal is when this thing goes up, it's not good for risk assets. Bitcoin and Ethereum and the stock market don't like it. But when it goes down like yesterday, we see a major pump. So they're trying to bring it down. And as a result, risk assets love it, right? Because now this helps risk assets, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the stock market as well. Right, so that's basically what happened, and that's basically what caused the pump yesterday, as well as some other good crypto news. So yesterday there was a White House crypto summit yesterday. So President Trump met with officials, crypto officials, the SEC, CFTC officials, and things like that. And they were discussing the way forward when it comes to digital assets, crypto, and things like that, and AI as well, and things like that. So President Trump basically said that the US would consider buying a sizable amount of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency, which is bullish. Now imagine a massive country like the US, right, a powerhouse, starting to buy Bitcoin. This will be positive for the entire crypto industry. If you have a country and the President Trump backing Bitcoin and buying Bitcoin, and that's what we want to see. So that's also one of the things that pushed the price of crypto up yesterday as well. They also discussed the Clarity Act, right, which is set to be voted on in September, which is actually another massive catalyst. Because if the Clarity Act gets voted in, right, and signed into law, this will be another massive bullish catalyst for Bitcoin, because it will bring some regulatory clarity into Bitcoin, into crypto, and it will bring a lot of investors that will invest in Bitcoin, and in turn this will push the price of Bitcoin up as well, right? So they discuss other things as well, such as Hyperliquid, which is an exchange, well, a decentralized exchange that is not really allowed in the US. So they spoke about that. Hyperliquid pumped like 20% after Trump mentioned it, So they mentioned a lot of other bullish things. So that's basically why the price of Bitcoin, went up, as you can see, guys, and it's still continuing to go up. So with this being said, it really helps us change our view now in a bullish case, right? Because now this is basically what we wanted. We've been chopping for months, guys. I've been recording videos day after day after day, but now we might be seeing a good breakout. We are seeing a breakout right now, right? So hopefully now, because we've been rejected ever since we've come in this bear market, guys, we've just been rejected, off the 200-day moving average. So if we can, have a sustained daily candle closes, that should basically confirm that we've bottomed and we're in a bull market. And as a result, I need to position myself because I cannot have the same portfolio setup as I had because that was for the bear market. Now that we out of the bear market, supposedly, I need to position myself for capital appreciation and for the bull market so that we can continue to print. Okay, so let's dive into the portfolio and see what's happening right now, guys. We are absolutely printing right now. We are up 41%, guys. 41% in the portfolio overall, right? If I collapse everything, we up $1,300, which is about 22,000 rand. We're even up higher yesterday. But also some things had happened actually that I did not foresee. So as you would have seen, my net premium decreased, my theta decreased as well, because I reduced the short calls, right? Because remember, short calls, you're basically betting that the price is going to go down, right? Because we were in the bear market, we had a lot of short calls. Now that we're transitioning into a bull market, if I have a lot of short calls, it's going to hurt the portfolio because once the price of Bitcoin is going to pump, Ethereum is going to pump, I'm going to lose a lot of money on the short calls, right? So that's why it's very important to close those down. So that's what I basically did yesterday. So yesterday, as you can see, I realized a loss on a lot of short calls. So I was rolling a lot of positions when it comes to the short calls just to change or transition the portfolio into a bull market portfolio, right? Because I didn't expect this massive pump yesterday. So if you look at the account equity, guys, so the account equity was printing very nicely. We crossed $3,400, right? And then that news happened, guys. Literally that news happened. Bitcoin, Ethereum just pumped and blew past most of my short calls unexpectedly. That's why you always have to, be monitoring the portfolio and things like that and have your maintenance margin below 50%. Very important. So far so good. So the portfolio went down because again, I had to close positions and roll positions. This is full transparency, guys. I'm fully transparent here. And then the good thing is we recovered a little bit nicely here because, the price of Bitcoin continued to pump. So if you look at the positions that we have, so now I stand to make $300. The days is not really available, but I'm going to explain why. So what's happening here now? Let's dive into the portfolio. So what do we have now? We still have our long Bitcoin position, right? We've been adding slowly but surely to this position. I want this position to get to like 0.2 Bitcoin. Our average entry now is $63,000. So this is our money printer. This is what's going to print us thousands of dollars here, guys, as soon as Bitcoin continues to pump, right? Bitcoin just moved from, where we were around 62, 61, 63,000 to 70. That's still an okay-ish move. We still have a long way to go, guys. We still have a long way to go. If I zoom out here, guys, we still have, a long way to go. We just here. We still have to go all the way up here. We still have to go to 115,000. We still have to go to 100,000. That's if we move from where we are here, we're at 71,600, 71. Let's see. So we're at 71. Let's see here, 71. Come on. Let's say we here. And we were to go back to $100,000, right? That's a 40% move, guys. A 40% move on spot. That's massive, guys. That's massive gains. And because I'm using leverage and portfolio margin, this percentage will be tremendous because I have 0.16, right? That'll be a massive movement for me in my portfolio. That's why I'm positioned. So this is going to be a money printer for me. So as you would have seen, I no longer have a lot of short calls. I only have 2 short calls or 3. I have 74, 75, and then I rolled another short call to October. Okay, so I brought in some premium. So right now, premium is no longer something that I'm fighting for. Why? Because when you're selling options, the maximum profit is a premium, right? So it's good to sell options and collect premium when you're in a choppy market, you're in a bear market, a market is going down or choppy. But then when you're in a confirmed bull market and market keeps on going up, having a lot of short options or naked options actually hurts you because it caps your upside. So that's why I was rolling positions yesterday and closing positions yesterday just to allow Bitcoin to print. Right. So that's basically what's happening. So what I'll do is if we get close to 74K, I'm going to close it as well, close it for a loss. It doesn't really matter because the portfolio is gaining overall, because this whole position is gaining overall, right? So this is basically what's happening when you're hedging the portfolio, right? You will be taking some losses, but it's for it's for, much for the grand scheme of things. Okay. It's for the, the greater good, so to speak. So that's what's happening here. And what I did is, let's see here. Yeah, so I have these two short calls. I'll be monitoring them. If Bitcoin, comes close to this, I'll be rolling them down. Then what I've added a long call. This is part of the regime that we're in now. So I've added a long call to also help hedge the portfolio and participate in capital appreciation. So I paid $118 for this. I'm already up $62. And if Bitcoin gets close to this $76,000 and goes higher, this position is going to print massively. So basically, I'm positioning myself for the upside now. Okay. Then I have I've added two short puts here for Bitcoin, right? Because again, we're pumping. So this is a bullish position. So this goes into October. And then I have the protective wings also for the short puts just to protect my downside, right? So basically that's what's happening here on Bitcoin sleeve. Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum is also printing for me. Finally entered it in Ethereum long perp. I have about 0.6. Average entry is about 2,000. So I will be adding as well. Ethereum is really doing well, and Ethereum still on the value, guys. Ethereum pumped 20% yesterday. It was massive candle for Ethereum yesterday, guys, and it still has a long way to go. Ethereum still needs to go all the way here, at least 3,000. 3,000 from where it is right now, which is 22 to 3,000. That's a 35% move. If it goes to 3,300, that's a 50% move, guys. And so there's a lot of upside, lots of money to be made, guys, for these things. That's why I always tell you guys, you need to be positioned for these moves. So I'll be adding here. I also have a long call for Ethereum at 2,300. We're very close to 2,300. So as soon as Ethereum moves past 2,300, this position is going to start printing for me. As you can see, it's already up slightly. So the good thing for Ethereum, I don't have a lot of short calls. So I'm not how can I say, I'm not limiting the upside for ETH. I only have one short call here for ETH. And that's about it. I'll just keep it at one short call for ETH. I'll probably try to keep Bitcoin short call also at 1 or 2, 2 or 3 maximum for Bitcoin. The rest, this short put is for, premium, but it's a bullish short put. So if Ethereum continues to pump or stays above this, I make money. And then what is this? This is, I believe I should have added. Yeah. So this is just a bought. What is this for? Okay, yeah, so this is for this. Yeah, this is for this. This is the put credit spread that I have here for ETH. But yeah, so this is basically how the portfolio is looking, guys. So we're printing. I'm hoping that we can recover and get back above. We literally got back today as well, above $3,400. So we should recover as Bitcoin and Ethereum continues to pump. But yes, guys, we should be back, guys. It feels like we should be back, but we should also be careful and protect our downside because we don't know what might happen. So if nothing really happens, if the price continues to chop up, I still stand to make a little bit of premium. It's not $500, it's not $600 as before, and that's the goal. So because the plan is to change. So in the bull market now, what I'm planning to do now is to collect as little premium as possible. If I can collect $200, $300 in premium every month, that's okay for me because most of the money is going to come from the perpetual positions that will print as Bitcoin continues to go up. Because imagine if you move, guys, from 63,000 to 100,000, that's a massive move, guys. Same thing for Ethereum, from 2,000 to 3,000, or from 23,000. I also have this other position here. So lots of money to be made, guys. Hopefully this account can get to 10K you know, as soon as we can get to. We'll see. We'll be patient. You know, I'm up 20% on the day already. So yesterday was a rough day. Yesterday was a rough day because I didn't expect this down move. But this is what's happening. You know, if we zoom out, it was just a small blip on the portfolio if we zoom out. But this is basically a real portfolio, how you manage a real portfolio. And that's basically what's happening, guys. So if you guys like the content, feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Lots of money to be made, guys. Hopefully you guys are positioned. The bull market, lots of money to be made. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.